Hey and welcome to the Toyota GR86 guide on Summit Point Raceway in iRacing. Last week we had a great chat in the comments where you guys pointed out that the car doesn't actually use the baseline setup in the fixed series, so thanks for that, I fixed it now. This lap is driven with the fixed setup, which is also the one that you will use in the fixed series. The main difference between both setups is that the car is loaded with much less fuel in the fixed setup, while the baseline setup is loaded to the brim. So the lap times will be a lot faster now and more competitive compared to last week's. You can find all my lap files on the community Discord, which is linked in the description down below. You can load those into your iRacing session and drive against my ghost car, which will make your practice runs more efficient. Last but not least, I'm also available for coachings. You can find all links and information in the description as well. I couldn't drive a race here yet because the car just released this season, but I expect that the straight will play out like in the other slow cars, where you want to stick to the inside when you attack or defend, and drive on the outside when you are on a clean lap. The braking zone into turn 1 offers pretty much the only opportunity where you can launch an attack on your opponents. Stick to the left edge of the track, use the 3 cones on the left as marker for braking, hit the brakes hard and shift all the way down into second gear. You don't want to coast for too long, instead you want to transition immediately from the brakes to the throttle and aim for a tight line around the curb. You don't want to attack the curb because it will unsettle your rear and cost you some time on the exit. We don't want to brake for the next turn, but to make the line work we need to use all available space. Prepare for it by using your time on the straight to drive to the right edge of the track. Our next marker will be the halfway point between both pathways, which are on the right side of the track. When you reach it, you want to lift and slowly start to turn in towards the next inside curb. You can see a gentle input from me on the brakes, but I'm not doing it because I want to slow the car down. It's more like a controlling touch, where I want to be ready on the brakes, just in case I need to make minor adjustments to the car. The car will quickly slow down when you coast, so try to minimize your time off the throttle, engage it early and attack the inside curb. The preparations for the next turn start around here, where you want to drive to the left edge of the track to get ready for a right entry. Aim for a tight line through the right-hander, lift briefly when you are in it, and exit it on the right edge of the track. Exiting on the right edge of the track gives us a nice entry into the next hairpin. You want to hit the brakes immediately after you get the car straight and shift down into second gear. Another thing which is important in this car is that you really benefit from right entries, especially in slow corners. As you can see it here, I'm still on the right edge of the track and you want to stick to it almost until you reach the pathway on the right side. Turn in shortly before you reach it and aim for a smooth line. Accelerate early, aim for a tight line, but try not to attack the curb too hard, otherwise it can unsettle your car quite heavily and you will lose some time and maybe even spin. Push the car to the left edge of the track to get a wide entry like before and hit the brakes once you reach it. Aim for a tight line around the second hairpin and engage the throttle to push the car towards the next straight. You want to stay on the throttle through the next turns, which is actually quite easy in this car because it has so much mechanical grip. There's not much to explain and there aren't any tricks. Just hold your wheel tight and push the car through the turns. Push the car to the left edge of the track at the exit of the left-hander to get a nice wide entry into the upcoming right-hander. Stick to the very far left edge of the track, use the pit entry or the power lines as marker, and hit the brakes to adjust your speed for the last turn. Since the car loses a lot of speed off the throttle, you want to be aggressive on it one last time, engage it way before you reach the curb, attack the inside curb and accelerate towards the line. have fun with the Cockpit Lap, and please don't forget to leave a like. I wish you all the best for the next week and see you next time.